Hi, my name is Alana. Welcome to the channel. I am here to help you open up a store, open up a business, get a coffee shop, get yourself a donut shop, a bakery, or some type of food establishment, maybe a food truck. Or you're just toying with the idea maybe in the future and you want to learn a little bit. Anyway, welcome. Today's topic is going to focus on, am I good enough? Am I good enough to open up a bakery? Am I good enough? Isn't that silly? You have to ask yourself if you're good enough. But this is the very question, this is the very idea and the very feeling that you have. Am I good enough? And literally, this very thing is posed in your head, posed on yourself by you, like often throughout. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, over 10 years. And I have moments, am I good enough? Isn't that weird? People will come in, oh my gosh, I love your macarons, they're so good. You know, and sometimes we'll have a slow day. Sometimes I'll have someone, a bad interaction. And I think, am I good enough? Why do we ask ourselves that? Well, we ask ourselves because of that little insecurity we have. It's insecurity. It's your past. It's your past. It's not your future. Your future's like, you go girl, you go boy. You're gonna do really well. You're gonna kick ass. Or, oh, so good we tried that. We did all right, it was a season. That's your future. Your past is always, am I good enough? Even if you got the store, you got the customers, you're making your money, you have days. Am I good enough? Who's that? That's that little girl that was hurt. That's that little doubt. The little devil, the little, I'm not good enough. That's that brainwashing that comes from the internet. Look at all these people with these big stores. Look at all these people with the fancy names. Look at all these people with lines out the door. Look at all these people with big, beautiful houses. Look at all these names. Corporate. I'm just a little fella. Am I good enough? Sometimes my stuff comes out really good. Sometimes not so much. Am I good enough? Am I good enough? How do we deal with am I good enough? We just ignore it. If you want to be successful, and I mean like, if you want to be successful, if you want to see the manifestation of it, if you want the storefront, brick and mortar, the physicality of your store, if you want the coffee machine, if you want to produce pastries, if you want the customers to come in, if you want to sit down at a table, if you want all this, if you want your dream to come true, you have to be a dum-dum. That's the only way. You have to ignore this, ignore doubt, ignore the insecurity. It's not doubt, it's insecurity. Doubt's like, I don't know if I can get the funding. I don't know. It's not a hardcore, oh my God, rips your heart out and makes you feel like a small little insignificant nobody. Am I good enough? Hell yeah. You are. Listen, if you aren't, You're going to improve on the job. You're going to get the feedback. What sells, sells. You know if you're good at something. You know. Are you trained? Do you have some training? Go get some training. Go get some training. At the very basic, you needed your food manager's license just so you know you're not going to kill anybody and follow the rules. Are you trained in pastry? Are you trained in culinary? What's your training? Training isn't a basic enough for most people. If you're not trained and you want to do it, that's okay. What is your specialty? What's your niche? Are you a really good cake maker? Do people keep buying from you? Do you have a record of selling cake? Then you're good enough. You're good enough. If you desire it here, if it's the desire is in your heart and you feel that little, you know, that little, I want that. That little jealousy, that little, oh, I want that. If you feel like, oh, there's a little excitement, if that's in your heart, if you pull that, if you get that pull, I want to do a class. I love to bake. Or you've trained, you've worked for other people and you just want to go off and you're like, oh, I don't know. Am I good enough to run it? Am I good enough to keep it? Am I good enough to maintain it? Am I? The very sheer fact that you have that little pull, that desire, Jesus says yes. Now all that has to happen is the universe has to conspire and make those things happen. And how does it do that? You just get a feeling. You get inspired. You know, when I was buying a house, so it wasn't the store, but when I was buying a house, I got inspired. It just happened recently, that's why it's fresh in my head. I was wanting something. Now, I had Ryan fix the bathroom for me. And that was wonderful. And literally, within a week of him starting, I had this pull, just call the bank. Just call the bank. Call him. Wasn't a week ago before he started. It wasn't after he finished. It was a week after he started. I had this pull. It didn't make sense. I just was, let me call the bank. Let me try. I just want to try. It was undeniable. It was, there was no reason for it. I wasn't looking to move. It just came, this feeling of, I really would like this. This is something I'd really like. I was toying with it, playing with it, but I wasn't forcing anything. I just let things happen. And then I just had this undeniable, it was just like, there was no like, oh, should I, could I, didn't exist. It was, let me call the bank. And I did. And if I did it a week earlier, I would have spewed all my stuff to him and he would have said no. The man that said yes would have said no because the other man said no. Because I spewed all my stuff to him and I didn't know. So I practiced, the second guy was my practice guy. I didn't realize that. I got rid of my first guy and I got my second guy. And he was my practice guy and I didn't realize that. But Jesus had sent me the second guy to practice on so I could get my loan. That was it. I went through the process. I didn't fight anything. I just went through it and I got it. And I was inspired to call then. Why was the timing so important? Timing is everything. Why was the timing important? If it was a week earlier, I wouldn't have been able to say, hey, I didn't do these. I didn't do this paperwork. I wasn't able to do this and to get this to you. If it was after, I would have had it and I would have had to give it to them and I still wouldn't have qualified. But the very fact that was that timing just was that sweet spot. Well, look good on paper. It was that sweet little, oh, you look good. I didn't look good before. I didn't look good after. But that little sweet spot, I was perfect. I wouldn't have known that. I don't know what goes back in the rules of mortgages. I didn't know what goes back in the rules of accountants and dates and that. I don't know anything. I just bake. So, but the universe knows. The universe knows everything going on. And the universe is conspiring to make it happen. And Jesus says, hey, Eleanor, call the bank. Let's try. Right now is good. Right now. The baby's doing something. Ryan's doing something. I got my day off. Right this very moment is the best time. Let me call the bank. And it worked out. So, I remember when I first opened, when I was looking to open the store, and I was the same way. I had all these let me do the logo, let me work out what my name is, let me. Let me do a product development, let me see how a website would look like, let me play. I was always playing because I was a stay-at-home mom and I could. My kids were in school and I could play. I was playing with the idea and creating the business in my play, in my mind, on my computer. And I was like, is there anyone to help small business? So I Googled small business consultant. And I got this guy and he's like, we charge $250 for the hour and we'll give you all the advice you need. I'm like, what? I mean, great if you have money, but I don't have a business. I don't have money. I'm just bushy-tailed. What do I do? You can't help me. I don't really want to, I don't know what I'm doing. So you're going to help me start a business or you're going to help me while I have the business? He wasn't even the right person, even if I had a lot of money, which I didn't. So I left it. I left it alone. I just left it alone. I don't fight. I just whatever. And then again, I had this inspiration. It was like a month later, 2 months later, I had this inspiration. Surely this is a small business. So I honed in on more what I wanted. Not a consultant, but a small business help. Government, someone. Help. And I Googled. And what do you know? Right there in Manassas, there was a small business little office, clerk office. It was government funded. So I'm like, I was going for a divorce at the time. So my toying with the idea became more hurried, rushed, imminent. And people kept saying, well, just go get a job. But I'm so sensitive. I don't know how to work for someone else. I mean, I do that. I listen, I do, but I'm great in a team. I'm great as the leader. I'm great, but I'm very sensitive. If I get someone that is not right, meaning they're abusive, they're controlling, they're narcissistic, or we're just gonna go bang. If I get someone that doesn't let me spread my wings and fly, if I get someone that's very competitive, we're gonna butt heads because I'm also very competitive. But I'm not cutthroat competitive. I don't need to step on anybody to go anywhere because I know I create. I know I'm a creator, so I don't need to do anything. I just choose and do. Choose and do. I'm not competing with anybody. I choose and I do. That's all. So I called the business and the office, and I made an appointment because everything's appointment and official. And I made some macarons and I took them over. And I said, hi, I'm Eleanor. I really want to open up a store. I'm really scared. I'm going through a divorce. I need to support myself. And I'm a great baker. You want to try some? And she took one. I made the lemon ones. Passion fruit and lemon. And she ate one. And she said, they're about the best macarons I've ever had. If not the best pastry she's ever had. I was tickled. I was like, oh my goodness, really? She was probably just saying that because she was eating my stuff. And she was very classy. She thought I was good enough. I didn't see it, but she thought it. You want to hear something crazy? I actually got trained by one of the world's best, Stefan Garcia. He's an MOF, he's titled. And I got trained by him. So, I mean, how many pastry chefs do you know that get trained by someone that's the world's best? I'm not foo-foo. I'm not fancy. I'm very simple. I just make stuff taste good. It just tastes good. Real good. So my paper said I was good enough, but I always felt I wasn't good enough. I didn't have this like foo-foo training. I didn't have the foo-foo. I didn't have all these, but she thought I was good. She thought I was impressive. She thought I was qualified. We never see ourselves as anything. And we're always hardest on ourselves. Anyway, she said, close that door. She goes, do not tell anyone you're getting divorced. Don't tell anybody. Because if you're on your own, nobody's going to help you. The bank's not going to give you money if they think you're on your own. The bank doesn't understand that when you're on your own, you have sheer determination. You don't have anyone sitting there going, you're spending too much money. You're working too much. You got kids. The bank doesn't know that. The bank doesn't see the sheer desperation that you have to make this work because you don't have a man to pay the bills and you got to make that electric bill. The bank doesn't know that. The bank's just like a computer. You want this? We need this. That's it. You want this? We need this. You want money? You got to be married. You got to be supported. You got to have money to make money, right? You got to have money to make money. Yeah, I had a little bit of money, not a lot. But I was getting divorced and I was getting some money. And I put all my money and I backed myself up. But I still needed money. I didn't have a lot of money. Still needed money from the bank. And she said, I'm going to get you an interview with the bank. You're not going to tell them you're married. You're not going to tell a single soul. You're going to live in secrecy for a year. You're going to get your stall and then you can do whatever you want. So I did. I followed her direction. I was embarrassed that I was getting divorced anyway. I mean, the people that knew had outcasted me. When you live in Pleasantville and you get divorced, everybody thinks like, oh my God, you're single. Like you got like some disease or you're, single. And I was beautiful single. Like, God damn, I was really beautiful when I was younger. I didn't appreciate it then, but I was like really beautiful. So maybe they're insecure, Anyway, people show themselves. So I lost most of my people, half of my people, most of my people. I had a couple of friends left, but that's all you need, a couple. So, self-doubt. Just ignore it. Is it really that easy? Yeah, do it anyway. I'm really shit scared to start a business. I'm really shit scared I'm gonna fail. I'm really shit scared when I sit in front of a bank and say, please give me money. I'm really good. I've never done it before. I don't know if I'll even make it past a month, but please give me money. I'm really good. Just go with it. Become a little child and just ignore it. You know how children are free-spirited? They don't know that they're not good enough. They don't know that there's like 10 other kids in front of them. They don't know. They don't care. They participate. Be the kid and participate. Just go in it. Dive knee deep. Knee deep. It's just money. It's just money. What do they say? Money's energy. It's just money. It's just money. If you believe it, if the bank's prepared to back you up and you need a little more money, it's just money. You'll make it. You'll make it. You're going to get some help. You're going to watch the channel. You're going to get your little advice. And you're going to close your eyes and be a dum-dum. How was I able to do it all? I was just a dum-dum. That's it. That's the best advice I'll give you. Just become a dum-dum. Become a little kid. You don't care. You don't know. You don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough. Oh, well. Can I tell you how many times I've gone to a pastry shop and I ate their food and it was gross? I mean, listen, I love Disney. I love Disney. You know how many desserts Disney has that's just outright gross? Do they care? They don't care. They're making a killing. They don't care. If you're even half as good, if your stuff even tastes good, all right, you don't have the name, but you can make it. How do you know you won't make it? What do they say? Be in it to win it. All right. So the topic was, am I good enough? Yes. Why do I know this? Because the very sheer fact that you want it means who put that desire there? Who think that made you? Who made you? Who made you? God. God made you. God made you. Do you think God would put a desire in there that wasn't true? God made you. This isn't hurting anybody. You're not hurting anybody. You just want to pay your bills. You want to pay your rent. And you want to be going to work happy. You want to go with something that's creative and people love, and you want to be happy. Who's to get in the way of that? Who? The bank? Who the hell's the bank? Your partner? I mean, you got a marriage, I'm not getting in people's marriages. But when you're on your own, you don't have anyone to answer to, things fly. Because you don't mind staying back to make that money. When you don't have kids, when you don't have responsibility, when you're young and bushy-tailed, you fly. So be young and bushy-tailed in your heart and do it anyway. When I first started, people were asking, can I have a quiche and a strawberry smoothie? And I would go back and shake. I would have anxiety. I mean, I'm not joking. Sit there and shake. I hide people. People lie to me. I didn't know what I was doing. But you learn. You learn. You learn how to spot people. You learn losing people. You learn good people. Not so good people. You learn customers. You just learn as you go. You learn what sells. You learn to develop. You learn everything as you go. And most of all, you learn confidence. And even though you have the doubt, still after 10 years, you'll always have that little doubt. It's really insecurity. It's really not doubt. Because doubt means that you've not done it before. Insecurity means you've done it, but you're not sure. You're not sure. You're not sure. You know how to bake. You're a good baker. You haven't done the business, but Just follow the steps. Follow the steps. If you want to write a book, there's steps. You want to open up a store, there's steps. Follow the steps. The rest is sheer desire, sheer knowledge, sheer huspa, zuspa, kanuspa to move forward. And you will. You'll open the doors for yourself. Okay? I hope this helps.